We just got back from Wander Beyond 2025, and oh my gosh, did we have a good time. I have announcements, what you need to know, what you missed, basically all of the things. So keep on watching. That's what we're doing on the show today. All right, guys, don't forget to take a moment, like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell right here on YouTube. Every week, we bring you amazing content to help you grow your travel businesses, and I don't want you to miss a thing. If you're new here, don't forget to type in "I'm new" in comments so I can welcome you to our community. And if you are new, you might not know who I am. My name is Cyndi Williams. I'm the CEO and founder of Wanderlust Campus. We are the gold standard of certification and education within the travel industry. You can find all of our information over at travelschool.com. But guys, today we were out of the classroom last week and we were at our annual retreat, which is our biggest event of the year. It always sells out. And this was the biggest one we have ever ventured to do, and it was phenomenal. It was right here in Disney World. We had over 100 amazing travel professionals all in community together, and the whole week was just phenomenal. So I'm going to walk you through everything that we did. I'm going to tell you about all of the big announcements that came out last week. We always announce a lot of our big stuff that happens on an annual basis at the retreat first, which is why people like to be in the room, because they get access first and also they get the information first. But I'm going to share it all with you today, and boy, there's some big announcements. Yes, I will be telling you where next year's retreat is on this session. Yes, I will be sharing kind of some insider information that came out at the retreat. And I'm going to tell you about all the fun stuff that you missed. Now, I don't want to tell you because you'll be sad that you missed it, but I want to give you a feel of what is it like to be behind the scenes of a Wander Beyond retreat, because let me tell you, it is a vibe. So let's break it down. This was a whole week of shenanigans because this retreat was so big. It actually started earlier in the week. So my team all flew into town. I think Saturday and Sunday they all arrived. And then on Monday we did some run-throughs. We did that last minute practice, all of the things. And then on Tuesday was our first big day. We had all of our team members that were attending, as well as our student ambassadors who volunteer at campus. So our ambassador team are a whole group of students that volunteer on an annual basis to help our students, help our community, and they also select all the participants for our scholarship fund. So they do a lot of different important functions. They are not paid. It is a volunteer-based position, and they are kind of selected, and then they get to do all the fun stuff. So they got to come down for Team/Ambassador Day. So that was day one. We brought everyone together, and we had an amazing training event. We talked about leadership, how we're impacting the industry, kind of as we're moving forward as a team and both ambassadors, our vision for Wanderlust Campus as we continue to kind of grow and strive to be the educational leader throughout the travel industry. So we had some great education. We had some fun lunch. We gave everybody cool ambassador gifts. So they got Stanley's. I'm looking at this one over here because this is not the one that they got, but they got beige ones, engraved Wanderlust Campus ones. We'll talk about this one's a little different. We'll talk about that one here in a second. But they got Wanderlust Campus Stanleys. They also got Wanderlust Campus sweatshirts. We brought in a professional photographer to get all of their headshots, and then we made some video spots. So we had a full video crew also working with us that day. And I think it's fun to learn about how the behind the scenes of all these events work. So I hope this is interesting to you. But the other fun thing that we did for the photo shoot is we brought in a VW van, and we had it custom designed with our campus logos and our Wanderlust Social logos. And guys, it was a vibe. It was the perfect backdrop. We were supposed to have rain, but it didn't rain. We had beautiful, lovely, perfect sunshine. And so all of our ambassadors and team got to take their own photos with this super cool backdrop. I'll pop some pictures in here too. We'll still get the professional photos back soon. But then we also got some professional photos of our ambassador team. They're going to be going on our website as they start to serve their year in the ambassador roles. And so we brought everyone together to do that. So that was a ton of fun. Now, after we wrapped training and lunch, We took everyone over as a surprise to Disney Springs, and we had a dessert social with this group, which was fun because we continued the conversations, the networking, the chatting. And then I surprised everyone with Amphicar rides, which was so fun. And big thanks to the Boathouse and to Disney, who partnered with us to supply the Amphicar rides for our team. That was so, so cool. So everybody got to do that, and it was a ton of fun. So that was kind of the first official day of activities happening behind the scenes. And then the next day was our VIP day. Now, let me tell you, in order to get on the VIP list, you pretty much have to be at a Wander Beyond retreat because they always sell out at the retreat. So like, for example, the people that were at the VIP event, they were at last year's Wander Beyond, and they always snap up the VIP spots because everybody loves the extra VIP time, the extra VIP content, and we did some cool things. So let me walk you through what happens on VIP day, at least for this particular event. So everybody assembled at Disney. We did a VIP scavenger hunt where they could earn prizes, and it was all through the monorail. So they were learning as they went. They got to learn some tips. They won prizes as they kind of went through the whole process. They got to take pictures. They got to do things with their social. So they're kind of active in their business that day. And that was a ton of fun. That scavenger hunt was so much fun. We had our Wanderlust Campus pendants and little flags, and it was a vibe all through the monorail at Disney. We basically took Disney over for that couple hours that we were there. Then we took the VIP, the whole group, we put them on our VIP transportation, and we took them to a private luncheon. So we had a private luncheon, we had tables set up, and at the luncheon, not only did we have an amazing lunch, we gave them a few VIP announcements, and then also we did business audits. So they were able to sit with me and my expert team of consultants and look at things like their marketing, their finances, their P&L, their sales process. If they have ICs or they were agency owners, we got to look at their business structure and answer any questions that they have. And we had about 2 hours to do that audit process, and each of us had a little table of 4 or 5 different VIPs that we got to go through that process. And half of them were like, this alone was worth the whole price of the event, spending this dedicated time and just knowing kind of what to do. So I love that. So we got to spend a lot of extra good time with our VIPs, and that was a ton of fun. Now, once we wrapped the VIP luncheon, we went over to Mix and Mingle, which is right down the street. So the VIPs got on our VIP transportation, went down the street, and we had our Mix and Mingle event. And this is the first time that everybody from the retreat was invited in, and we had a cocktail reception. So we had drinks, hors d'oeuvres, announcements, fun, networking. It was just a low-key kind of cocktail, a couple hours that we spent there at the Mix and Mingle. So we kind of got to see everyone. People picked up their little badges, and then we said, see everyone tomorrow when the opening ceremonies happens at Wander Beyond. So the next day we go into the big retreat. Now, if you've never been to a Wander Beyond retreat, you have to understand my team runs our retreats like this is a show. Like it is unlike anything else in the travel industry. One, because it's all about your business, but also because everything is thought out from every wardrobe like change we're going to have, the content that we're delivering, who is in the room, what's going to best serve you and help you, and how we need to have breakout sessions, workshop time, and the content that we're bringing. It's just a very well thought out process. In fact, you know what? I'm going to play you something funny right here that we played on day one. Check this out. All right, dreamers, welcome to Careers on Vacation. I'm your fairy godmother, certified, sparkly, and a little bit over caffeinated. I want to learn a little bit about you. Tell me who you are and what kind of travel business you think you want to run. Tinkerbell, don't pretend you're not already hovering. You're up first.
I'm Tinkerbell, and I specialize in tiny tantrums and rage planning. I'd like to create weekend trips for women who need a break before they fake their own disappearance.
Ah, yes, escape before you snap niche. I love that. Pixie dust and pre-checked luggage. Let's do it.
Hi guys, I'm Vanellope, and I'm a princess too. And I don't technically have a business yet, but I have made 4 logos and 2 mood boards and a Pinterest board called Booking Chaos, and I am ready to go.
Excellent. Strong branding energy. Slight identity crisis, but you're right on schedule. I love that.
I'm Snow White. I like to plan woodland retreats for couples in love, or just people who want to slow dance with squirrels. Is that a niche?
Hmm. Only if we upsell the singing forest animals as an add-on. Let's monetize the magic.
Hi, I'm Cinderella. I want to plan luxury travel for women who are done doing everything for everyone else. No more mice, no more midnight deadlines. They want spa robes and silence.
Oh, honey, you're not running from the ball anymore. You own the castle. Let's get your dubsado set up.
Hi, I'm Belle. I've created a full SOP for my business. I just haven't launched it, or told anybody about it, or named it. But I do have a Trello board and anxiety.
Perfect. You're 6 steps ahead of everyone and emotionally spiraling. Welcome.
Squeak, squeak. Squeak, squeak.
Deeply, deeply moving. I felt that in my soul. Let's build your brand around snacks and enthusiasm.
Oh, right. Hi, I'm Aurora. I want a business that works while I'm sleeping. Ideally, it would have robes and candles, and of course, no clients calling while I'm sleeping. And also, is there a nap breakout session?
Aw, only if you bring enough pillows for the group. We'll build that nap funnel out on Friday. Well, we've got snacks, glitter, spreadsheets, mild rage, and a Pinterest board called Booking Chaos. I have never been prouder. Now say it with me. My dream travel business is just getting started.
My
My
dream travel business is just getting started.
Squeak, squeak.
Wait, what's a CRM?
Wasn't that cute? So you can see we're starting out the retreat with our heroes and villains theme in a fun way. So we got right into day one. I delivered the keynote speech. And while I can't re-deliver the whole speech here, I'll just share that it had a lot to do with the hero's journey. And I was Disney bounding in the morning, and my first wardrobe change of the day, or my wardrobe of the day, I Disney bounded as Mufasa. So that was a ton of fun. I had all my Mufasa colors. I had, hang on, you got to see all the things. Had my cute little Mufasa colored bracelets. I'll pop in a picture of kind of my full Disney bounding. My team found these little Mufasa earrings. How cute are these? So I had my little Mufasa earrings in. But I talked a lot about the hero's journey, and I think that's important because when you are a business owner, you know, everyone wants to tell you the bright, shiny side of like when you're successful, all your dreams come true and all the things, right? But a lot of times people don't talk about the hard work that goes in, the ups and downs of business, how you kind of have to have that certain type of mindset of being an entrepreneur and how you have to be able to not expect that business is going to be from a straight line A to Z to your success, but it's going to kind of go like this. And sometimes it goes like this and it goes like this, but as long as you're progressing, then you're still going to make that progress. So I spent a lot of time talking about the hero's journey and how it related not just to Simba's story, because that was kind of how we were starting the theming for that day, but I shared a lot of my background and the hard years and the difficult years and the challenges that I had through my journey of 3 decades in this industry, right? So keynote was fantastic, and then it kicked off. From there, we had breakout rooms, and sometimes we have, what we do is we have rooms that are more agency owner content, and then we have agents who are a little newer, and those in between. We have kind of a different program that runs in different rooms. And then we also had an area called like the sidekick area, which is where you could go to round tables and meet with experts. So people could come over whenever I wasn't speaking. I would be in the expert room and people could come over and we would do little audits, or they could ask questions and they could really drill down on things they've been curious about. Some of them were restarting their businesses. Some of them were stuck on a problem because they had grown to a certain level and want to get to the next level. And some were doing so amazing. They were so busy, they needed to get their work-life balance back. So there's a whole array of problems that you can bring to these tables, and we help consult with you and kind of get you that, plug-in moment of consulting that you need to kind of get to the next place. And then the different programs were running in the different rooms all day long. So we had a ton of fun kind of baked in. We also had a wander quest going on, which was so much fun. So our participants would come and they would go do these different little quests. Like they would do a video over here, or we had a sword and a stone moment. We had a little area where we had little dragons so they could get little pictures with all the little kind of Disney dragons and things like that, and different, just basically like a little scavenger hunt game within. And that is what registered them for prizes. And I told you I was going to tell you what the heck the Stanley is for. So I know I'm late to the Stanley trend, but I'm having so much fun dressing these guys up. So yes, we had 4 or 5 of these that we had the Wanderlust campus logo engraved on. This was one of them, and this is one that I loved so much. I knew I was going to want it for myself, but it has the theming for the evil queen. So let's see if I can get this to focus here. Look how cute. I think she's turned around. There we go. But look how cute that is. So we had the Evil Queen one. We also had a couple Lion King ones, and I had a Snow White one. I'll pop a picture in for you guys so you can see. That was one of the prizes. And then we also had lounge flies that we gave away. Now I say we gave away. I woke up on Saturday morning and realized I had forgotten to bring these on the last day of the raffle. So we just raffled these off today live on the podcast for the participants that were there. But we had Maleficent, and then we had the Lion King Loungefly. We also gave away an Osmo. If you guys don't know already, inside Video Bootcamp, I teach how to create video content. I was the pioneer of kind of video, using video to grow your travel business. In the travel industry in general. So I have a whole course called Video Bootcamp, but a lot of my students already had that course. And this is one of the tools that I use in my video production. So we gave one of the Osmos away, which was fantastic. That was one of our top prizes. And then we had a bunch of other stuff. We had some gifts from Royal Caribbean, some stuff from Disney, and I had some planners. Let's see, I do have one here. So this is mine, but I had these custom planners. The only way you can get these is if you are coming to an event, and they say at the bottom, custom made for you by Cyndi Williams. So this is the planner that I use, and then we give away a few of those at the retreat as well. So they were earning all their tickets for the raffle, and they kind of do that through the 2 days. And that was day 1. Now, going into day 2, we had so many things that were kind of announced and that happened. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we did have another announcement on day 1 about where the retreats are. So let me share this with you. And let me preface it by saying, this always goes live to the Wander Beyond participants first, and then we have a little gap in time, and then it will be offered to our graduate community, and then it will be offered to the public. The reason we roll it out that way is if all of our certification students that have trusted us with their educational journey, they get first chance at going to the retreat. So our retreat folks that are there get the chance first, and then we have our grads, and then we have public. The reason that's so important is we're changing our format next year. Next year we are going to smaller retreats, but way more exotic destinations. And so I'm going to share those with you now. So at the retreat, we basically played 2 different videos. One was for Africa and one was for Alaska. And I said, hey, our marketing person Kelly had gotten all of the information together. She said, let's vote. What do we want to do? And I think Africa had a slight win, but a lot of people still wanted to go to Alaska. And I said, you know what? We've done all the work. Let's do both. But these are going to be smaller events. So Africa is almost sold out. It may already be sold out by the time that this video goes live. I don't know. But these went super, super fast. So the I'm Going to Africa is in partnership with Tembo Wild. We are working with them to bring a 9-day kind of retreat together. So they are fulfilling the FAM part of it, and we are bringing the educational program that will be integrated through that 9-day period, which will be exciting. So the nice thing is, because it's longer, there'll be more off time, there'll be more relaxing time, and that's one of the things when you're out in destination. It's going to be really cool. So we're going to be kind of teaching on the go, which will be fun. But Africa is happening November of 2026. Check the dashboard inside Wanderlust Campus for exact dates. You can go to wanderlust-ceo.com. If you don't have your complimentary Wanderlust Campus account, you can get that, log in, and see all of the information about the retreats as long as they are available. And then next up was Alaska. So this is a big one. A lot of our students, this one was great for, because this is going to happen in July. So unlike Africa, this has to be travel agents only. You can't bring your family along on Africa because it's only TAs. But the Royal Caribbean one, you can come as a TA and we will partner you up with a roommate. Or if you want to buy out the cabin for 2 of you, you can do that. Or if you want to bring your family, we can get prevailing rates and move them into the group and you can bring your family. I'm bringing my family on this one next year and I'm super excited about that. So Alaska's going to be at a vibe. That's going to be July of next year. It's in partnership with our friends at Royal Caribbean. And again, it's a longer program. It's going to be a 7-night cruise. And so we're bringing the educational program where we'll have education on certain days, but plenty of off time so you can enjoy your families. You can go out on port days and do all the fun things. But those are going to be our fantastic 2 retreats for next year. So things that you need to know, almost sold out. VIPs already sold out. We only had 6 VIP spots this year because these retreats, again, are smaller. 27 people. This one will be around 40-ish people. Depends on how many people bring families and things like that. But these are much smaller. They're going to sell out way, way quicker than our 100, 200 type person events. And this, listen, the reason we wanted to make this adjustment is we want these retreats to be all about you and your business. So if you want the opportunity to work with me and my team in a very small and intimate space where we're teaching you how to market, how to sell, how to do all the things, do not miss signing up for the retreats for next year. You can sign up with just a deposit. Both of them have payment plans, so you can pay it over time and put it on your educational program for next year. So that was rolled out at the retreat. Everyone went wild. Day 2, we had some other big announcements that were really cool. One of the ones that I'm most proud of is back in 2022, when we had our Disney retreat last time, it was a totally different kind of vibe. We had one of our team members had battled cancer for over a year, and she was in kind of that process of like still trying to fight the cancer. But during the retreat, we learned that she had been moved to hospice, or they were preparing to move her to hospice. And we were all devastated. We were fundraising at the retreat, which ended up being a very big blessing to her family because they were able to spend time with her and be with her towards the end of her life. And so it was very difficult in 2022. That retreat was tough. And a lot of people that were at 2022 retreat were also at this one. And they got to see the full circle of having kind of the heaviness of that retreat. And like, you know, we felt good about the 2022 retreat because we'd done all of the fundraising and it was still an amazing retreat, but there was just a kind of a cloud in the air, right? So fast forward to 2025 and we have worked together to launch the Wanderland Legacy Fund in Evie's memory. And I'm not going to cry today. You're not going to get me today. I cried my pants off when I just knew it. We played a video and we talked about it. The ambassadors rolled out the Wanderland Legacy Fund. And we have donated the first $20,000 into that. So we're pledging that $20,000 for the Legacy Fund. And also our friends and partners at Royal Caribbean are sponsoring some scholarship funds as well. And I'm sure we'll be working with more partners in the future as we continue to grow. So it's just a beautiful way to honor Evie's memory. If you didn't know her, she had bright pink hair and tattoos. And one of the things I loved about her and what the students shared with me after her passing was, when I saw Evie and I saw that bright pink hair and all the tattoos, I knew Wanderlust Campus was a safe place. I knew this was a place that kind of accepts everybody and you're embraced based on, you know, the character of who you are, not the color of your hair, the color of your skin, or whatever, you know, other places might be dictating things on. But when they saw Evie, they knew that Wanderlust Campus was kind of a safe place. And so we love bringing that story forward, but also just holding her legacy and holding space for that as we move forward as Wanderlust Campus. And so we're very, very excited and we're very proud to roll that out during the award ceremony. So that was a proud moment for me and my team. It was really special. Now, next up was the awards ceremony, which was so cool. We got to award all of our super sales winners, all of our $1 million club members, our multi-million-dollar club members. that was so cool, especially for our newer agents in the room to see, oh my gosh, that's what it looks like a year from now or 2 years from now or 3 years from now. This is the path that I'm on. This is really exciting. So we got to see all the super sales winners. We also gave away our social awards, community award for Brian, who's one of our lead ambassadors. He has been helping out the ambassador team and is just always a joy and working within the community in general. So he won our Diamond Award this year. So kudos to Brian on that. And then we had all of our new grads. So anyone that was graduating in 2025, we invited them to kind of do a graduation walk. And so they got to come, and we had the little, because it was Disney themed this year, we had the little grad hats with the little Disney ears, and then they all got their pictures taken. So they'd have those for their socials, showing that they had now earned their certification. So kudos to everyone who was there, and it was kind of their graduation year, right? That was a ton of fun. So we had an amazing time at the award ceremony. That's always one of my favorite parts. And then as we wrapped up the retreat, we had more content, all of the good stuff happening, all of the training, the learning, the workbooks, the resources, all the fun stuff. Then we had our raffle. We had our raffle for everyone that completed the Wander Quest, and that was a ton of fun. And then for everybody, or actually not everybody, only the first 16 that purchased their bounce backs to next year's retreats, which sold out like so fast, got to come on a special event. So the very last night we chartered 2 private boats with Disney, and we took all of those 16 folks that were our action takers out, and they got to see the fireworks at Magic Kingdom from those private boats, kind of in that little lagoon right outside Magic Kingdom. So that was a super fun thing. And last but not least, I almost forgot, Wanderlust Social had a huge announcement as well. We are partnering with Abby Grace. If you don't know, if you're not familiar with Abby's work already, check out her on Instagram at Abby Grace Photography. We're partnering with her, and she is taking photos for us. And she put together this beautiful collection of Disney photos, and we're only selling 10 licenses. These are very limited release. It's only for 10 travel businesses. You have to be a Wanderlust Social subscriber. Those are live over on the Wanderlust Social site now, if there are any left available. If they're sold out already, remember, you can check back, and we may have future collections. That's the plan with Abby. So stay tuned for those. We anticipate that those are going to go very quickly. I am already using them over on our site, so you can see how we're doing that as well over at my agency. But guys, this was a whirlwind week. I want to send a big thank you to my team. It is an incredible amount of work to put on a event like this, and it just went perfectly. Our feedback scores were fantastic. And also, like, one of the things is there's something special about coming in community and kind of sharing space with others that are facing similar challenges. And in our environment at Wanderlust Campus, it's a, you know, your win is my win. It's not a competitive environment like sometimes you see in other corners or other spaces in the travel industry. It's very kind of open source information. There's no gatekeeping. We're all have the mindset that there's enough abundance for all of us, and your win is my win. So why don't we all rise together? And there's something special that happens in the room every time we do one of these retreats. And it was like vastly apparent at this year's conference because we had so many amazing people in the room. And it was just great. It was great to plug in, see everybody, do all the things. If you missed the pictures, you can see them over on our socials. That's a good place always to check those out, either at the @Careers on Vacation social or the @Wanderlust CEO. We have some fun pictures, and we will have the professional photos happening pretty soon. You'll get to see some of those as well. But guys, if you like this video, don't forget to leave us a little comment. Do you have questions about Wander Beyond? And don't forget to subscribe before jetting out today. But thanks so much for tuning in wherever you are on your journey. I wish you so much love, so much abundance. I wish the world. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys. Like that last last video, I want to encourage you to check out the other content we have here on the channel. We have amazing content at every level, no matter where you are in your travel industry journey, from aspiring to new to growing. Even our travel agency owners, look for those playlists and you can find some amazing content that's really catered just to you. And by the way, if you haven't signed up for your Wanderlust Campus free account, make sure you do that too. And you know what? I'm going to pick some videos and put them for you right here. Check those out. I'll see you next time.